Hello, my name is Sydney, Sidders and Solhan_2, and today I have another video for you. So, carrying along with the theme of what I mentioned in my last video, my channel plans for 2018, I revealed that my biggest plan for 2018, other than moving out, which will hopefully be happening end of January, start of February, I hope so. I'll be seeing the house on January 19th, so that'll be pretty cool. But yes, continuing on with what I revealed, which was that I had planned that I'm going to walk around the entire coast of the county of Kent in England, which is, I live in the county of Kent in England, southeast England. It's quite a long coastline, going all the way from Dartford, well, I'll be walking from Dartford all the way around to beyond Dungeness, which, if you don't know these places, you can search them up. They'll, I might even put links in the description. But going on to the main topic of this video, I'm going to show off my map collection of Ordnance Survey maps, because that relates to this big plan I have in 2018. Ordnance Survey is a mapping company thingy mabob that maps of the entire country, of the entire United Kingdom, except for Northern Ireland, I think. Or do they do Northern Ireland? I'm not too sure. I don't think they do. They definitely do England, Scotland and Wales. I know that much. But these maps are super awesome. They're like super detailed. They're amazing. And I love them. Look at that, it's beautiful. But yeah, so I'm gonna go through my collection, and because I am a big fan of collecting maps, I've never mentioned that before on YouTube. I probably should have said that to start actually, I'm all over the place, as usual. But yeah, I'm a huge fan of collecting maps. Maps are something I have a very big interest in, so I thought I'd share it with the YouTubes. As I said about 10 seconds ago, and I'm repeating myself. Now, which order do I want to show these maps in? I should have sorted this out before I started the vlog. I'll continue once I've sorted them out. Right, so I've sorted out the maps into a particular order. They all have like numbers on the corner of them, like there. But I decided I didn't order them in number order. I ordered them into the order in which I got the map, because I feel like that's more important to me, or more specific to me, than the numbers on the corners. Let's start with the first map that I got, which was Canterbury and the Isle of Thanet, Herne Bay, Deal and Whitstable. This is the map, as you can see from the front. I shall go through all of the maps first, just showing you the front, and then I'll go into more detail about each map afterwards. So that's the first one I got. The second one I got was Sittingbourne and Faversham, Isle of Sheppey, number 149. Then I got Dover, Folkestone and Hythe, number 138. This is my most battered map. I'll give a story reason as to why that is a bit later. Then I got Romney Marsh, Rye and Winchelsea, Tenterden and New Romney. That's number 125. Then I got Ashford, Headcorn, Chilham and Wye, number 137. We have Gravesend and Rochester, Hoo Peninsula, 163. Maidstone and the Medway Towns, which kind of overlaps with this one a little bit because Rochester is a Medway town. Number 148. Then we have Greenwich and Gravesend, East End, Docklands, Bromley, Sidcup and Thurrock, number 162. Three more to go, Sevenoaks and Tunbridge, Royal Tunbridge Wells and Westerham, number 147. We've got the High Weald, which also has Royal Tunbridge Wells on it, Cranbrook, Hawkhurst and Bealwater, number 136. 6. And the last one, and the most recent one that I have in my collection, Hastings and Bexhill, Battle and Robertsbridge, number 1, 2, 4. And this is the only one I have that doesn't actually have any of Kent in it, from what I am aware, so that's interesting. This is completely East Sussex. That's the maps that I have. I think, how many is that? That's a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. I've got 11 Ordnance Survey Explorer maps. These maps are absolutely amazing for going on walks and stuff. They're so detailed and I love them so much. They're super awesome. I love collecting them. I have practically the entire county of Kent, I think. At most, the only parts of the county of Kent that I wouldn't have are like tiny slivers on the edge that happen to be cut off by other maps. That's why I've started going into East Sussex with this one. But blimey. And I shall be using all of these maps for my planned walk around the coast of Kent throughout 2018, which at the moment stands at 36 different walks that I'm going to do, because it's quite long, and most of the walks I'll be walking for a good 3-4 hours or something. It's gonna be quite a long thing, but I'm super excited for it. Okay, so next I suppose I'll probably make a video about this Kent walk in more detail before I start with the first one. I can't believe I'm only just sharing this knowledge that I'm a huge map fan on YouTube. I mean, I've shown off that I like DVDs, and I like CDs, and I like all those travelling and exploring stuff, but this is the first time I've spoken about maps, and I'm happy to be doing it, because it's exciting. I love collecting maps so much. It's one of my hobbies, one of the things I really enjoy doing. Right, so starting off with the first map, Canterbury and the Isle of Thanet, Herne Bay, Deal and Whitstable, number 150. This is the front. I believe this is a picture of Deal Beach. I thought it might have been Whitstable, but because there's this boat here, I think this is Deal in Kent. Also, this looks a bit more like Deal than it does Whitstable, but it was a bit difficult to tell. And on the back, we have this map right here, if I can focus on that. Yep, there we go. It shows a little bit of all the different walks that you have on this part of Kent, and this is quite a big area. I don't know how easy it is to put it into perspective, but it's a big area basically. We have all these walks: Elm Valley Walk, the England Coast Walk, which I'll be doing a part of, North Downs Way, Saxon Shore Way, Stour Valley Walk, Thanet Coastal Path, Watson Walk, the White Cliffs Country Trail. This map also has a UNESCO site on it, the City of Canterbury. Right there, the cathedral is a UNESCO World Heritage Site, so that's pretty cool. And there it is on the map of the EU, southeast of the UK, of England. I shall now proceed to open this up so you guys can have a look inside. Oh, I forgot to say, this also has this area of outstanding natural beauty of the Kent Downs, just in the bottom left-hand corner of the map here. Only a small section, but still that's cool to know. Rightio, so here's the entire map of the Canterbury and Thanet map. Oh my gosh, it takes... Look, this is it in comparison to the bed. Like, that's how big it is. But yeah, that's how big all of them are, really. It's so awesome and detailed. Here you got Canterbury, you can sort of see that area. Whitstable, Herne Bay. This is the Isle of Thanet, which used to be an island, but is no longer an island, because it became attached to the mainland. But you got Margate, Broadstairs and Ramsgate on there. Down here you got Deal. Oh my gosh, let's zoom in just to show you the type of detail on here. And focus, there we go, you got Canterbury right there. That's pretty cool. And up here you got Whitstable. And you can see, like, it's got all these walks and details and all the roads on it. Herne Bay. You got like forest here, it shows all the names. It's amazing. I love these maps so much. I just look at them for hours. Just look at this, it's so amazing. It's fantastic. It's even got like the parishes, names and everything. Over here, Deal, which is sort of cut off on the map a little bit. Now the Isle of Thanet. It's awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. And I'll be walking around the entire coast of this. So look forward to those videos. This will probably be around episode 20 though, because this is quite a ways into it. I remember to mention before I set this map, before I closed this map, that it's quite obvious that I'm around the Canterbury area from my channel, so I'll just say it. I actually live on this map, that's why it's the first one that I got, Canterbury, I found it Herne Bay, Deal and Whitstable. But yeah, as I've done quite a few vlogs in Canterbury, just thought I'd mention that. Next up we have Sittingbourne and Faversham, the Isle of Sheppey. This is, I think this is a picture of somewhere on the Swale, which is a marshland little river inlet sort of thing. Quite a picturesque area. Sittingbourne and Faversham are the main settlements on this map. There it is in contrast to our last one. As you can see, there's the Isle of Sheppey, that island at the top, and there's the mainland. Here's a better view. You've got the Isle of Sheppey up there. You got all these walks, which are the green lines. It's the town of Sittingbourne, town of Faversham, and all of this Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty here. It has quite a lot of it on this one. And it has these various walks here as well. And this one actually has a specific stamp thing here for the Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty, whereas the last one had it specifically for the World Heritage Site that it had. I shall now show you the inside of this one. Okay, so Sittingbourne and Faversham Isle of Sheppey map is actually in a different direction to the other maps, where it's long ways as opposed to this way. Right, so yeah, that's that map. It's actually really difficult to show it off in the camera, but if I focus again, here we got the Isle of Sheppey, all at the top here, and it's separated from the mainland by a river here, which is called the Swale. Pretty awesome. We've got the edge of Whitstable up there, as that shows how they connect together. There's Faversham and Sittingbourne, and this is super awesome. Interesting fact, I'll be walking all around that island for part of my adventure, as will I be walking along the Swale. Next up we have my most battered map, Dover, Folkestone and Hythe. Number 138. Here is a picture of the White Cliffs of Dover, a very famous landmark in southeast England. I think a lot of people will have heard of the White Cliffs of Dover if they know anything about the landscape of England. If we turn it over, this is where it is in comparison to the last two. It's down here. It's quite a big area as well. It has a lot of the Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty on it, all over here, this orangey area. This town of Dover and Folkestone and Hythe are on there. All of the walks, it has the stamp for the Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty. Here are all the walks that are listed that you can do on this map as well. Okay, so the Dover and Folkestone map. At this point I've decided, because it takes so long to flatten these maps out and then fold them up, and I don't have the most time in the world today, I'm only going to show the coastal ones that I'll actually be using this year. Or at least for my coastal walk. But yeah, this is the Dover and Folkestone one, my most battered map, as I've said a billion times. And the reason this map got so battered was because of a certain video that I did with JC on JC2244's channel. I'll link that video in the description, and you can probably use your imagination as to how the map got so battered. It's like, if you look at like the edge of the paper, it's all like water damaged and stuff. But yeah, here you got Dover, quite a famous place. That's where you'd go if you wanted to catch a boat to France. Over there you got the bottom of Deal, which we had in in one of the maps previously. And we've got Folkestone, this huge place down here, and the Hive, which is sort of connected a little bit. Also, White Cliffs of Dover, which are all along here. Next up, we have Romney Marsh, Rye, and Winchelsea, Tenterden, and New Romney. Number 1, 2, 5. This map is actually split between County of Kent and County of East Sussex, with Romney Marsh being in Kent, Rye and Winchelsea being in East Sussex. Tenterden and New Romney are in Kent as well. Here is a well-known church, which is on the marsh. Romney Marsh is a huge area. It's such a big marshland, and hardly anybody lives there. It's quite crazy how interesting the landscape is down there. There it is in comparison to the rest, and if you see there's a little, let's go up here. This whole area here is all marshland, and down here by Dungeness it's practically like desert or something. It's because this is all pebbles, like beach, like a huge area of beach. It's so interesting. I actually did a vlog on Dungeness on my channel before, so you'll see that on my channel if you look for it. But Romney Marsh is a very interesting area. Here you've got the High Weald area of outstanding natural beauty, which is pretty cool, quite a huge section there. And you've got a tiny bit of the Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty at the top there. And there's Rye, there's Winchelsea, there's New Romney, various places, Tenterden's up there. But yeah, and those are all the walks on this map right here, if you can see those okay. And this has the stamp for the High Weald area of outstanding natural beauty. Okay, so the Romney Marsh and Rye and Winchelsea map. After this one, I think I'll only show off the Greenwich and Gravesend map, because I particularly like that map and I think it would be pretty awesome to show off. But I was going to say, if you people want me to do map reviews, like of these Ordnance Survey maps in greater detail individually, then I would be more than happy to do that. But I do have lots of video plans, so if that might have to wait if it's not particularly wanted by people, as I have lots of other exciting plans, as well as the obvious coastal walk that I'll be doing. So I'll be quite busy this year with videos on the Vlogs channel. But yeah, as you can see, this, I don't know if you can tell, but this area has people and like hills. All of this area doesn't, well, it has a small amount of people, some people along the coast there, but otherwise it's very sparsely populated, and it's all marshland, and it's a very picturesque flat land. It's quite interesting landscape. And all the way down here you have Dungeness, which is the almost desert-like, completely, oh my gosh, I can't get words out, all stony area, like pebbles and beach and stuff, and it is an amazing landscape. I did a vlog on this area before, so if you want to check that out before I do my Kent Coastal walk and I get to episode 35 or something, like the second to last episode, then you can just go and check that out instead while you wait for me to get to there, or even to start this walk. But yeah, it's an amazing location down there. It's also, I think, it's the southernmost point of Kent, so that is pretty cool. Over here, somewhere around here, is the border between Kent and East Sussex. Most of everything down here is East Sussex, and everything up there is Kent. Number 137, Ashford, Headcorn, Chilham, and Wye. This is actually the first one so far that I will not be using for my coastal walk, unlike those ones, because this doesn't have a coast on it. This is an image of the countryside somewhere in the Ashford area. Ashford is quite a big settlement for Kent. So just got some deer there and a tree. Is quite a nice picture, I'd say. On the other side, you can see, in comparison to the other maps, that it is inland there. And you got the other ones which are all surrounding it. Up here, we've got what the map is. It's so strange to see one that doesn't have a coast. Here you got all the Kent Downs up here. You got a tiny sliver of the Kent Downs right at the bottom there, which is interesting. And the Kent Downs stamp on this one. There's also a tiny sliver of the High Weald that's on the corner here. So that is interesting. There are all the walks that are on this this map here, along with, you can see them all on the map as well, as usual. Ashford's right in the middle there. There's quite a big settlement for Kent, and then the various villages which are also mentioned in the title: Wye, Chilham, Headcorn. Next up, and back to the ones where I will be walking, we've got Gravesend and Rochester and the Hoo Peninsula, number 163. Here is an image of Rochester Cathedral, quite a noteworthy landmark in Rochester and the Medway towns. Turn it over there. We've got the image of what this area covers. Well, there it is in comparison to the other ones we've had so far. So we're heading more inwards now. We did all those there, and now we're here. This huge area is the Hoo Peninsula, which sticks up with the River Thames there, and the River Medway below it here. And this is Essex up here, County of Essex on the other side of the Thames. And this is all Kent as usual. And I mentioned the swale earlier, and that's just on the edge there, if you can see. Just a tiny bit of water. So that's interesting. We've got Kent Downs, area of outstanding natural beauty, going along the south of this this map here. Plus all of the walks that you have on this map. There's Rochester and the Medway towns, and there's Gravesend up there. The next map is Maidstone and the Medway towns, which significantly coincides, something like that, with the previous map that we just looked at, because it has the Medway towns on it. Number 148. And I believe this is Leeds Castle, I think. I think this is Leeds Castle. Quite a famous castle in Kent, quite a famous castle for anyone who lives in England, really. I've been there a few times, it's quite a nice area. On the back you can see this is an inland one, so I won't be using it for my Kent Coast walk. There it is in comparison to the others. It has a lot of the Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty on it. As you can see, it goes all the way up there and down there. All of this area up here is the same as the previous map, which is interesting. This one has the Kent Downs stamp on it, whereas the last one didn't actually have a stamp on it at all. So that's interesting. And here are all the walks that are on this map here. And you got Maidstone, which is the capital of Kent. Although the historic capital is really Canterbury, but Maidstone's the capital now of the county of Kent. Okay, now we have the last map that I'll be using for my Kent Coastal walk. Or, if you go in order of how I'm doing the walk, this will be the first map I use. Greenwich and Gravesend, East End, Docklands, Bromley, Sidcup, and Thurrock. That is a crazy amount of places listed there. Here you got an image of the Docklands, I think, in London, Greater London. This map is shared between Kent, Greater London, and Essex, I believe. If we have a look on the back, there it is, in comparison to all of our previous ones. We're getting quite inland here, but because I'll show you on here, I'm starting my walk about here, and then I'll go down the Thames estuary and out into Kent and etc. So yeah, that's all of this side's, this bit up here is Essex, then you've got everything that my hand is covering now is Greater London, all of that, and then you've got Kent, which is this bottom corner here. This one has the stamp for a UNESCO World Heritage Site, which is Greenwich. Greenwich is a World Heritage Site, Greenwich Mean Time Line. Everything to the the east of it is in the Eastern Hemisphere, and everything to the west of that is in the Western Hemisphere. So that's pretty cool. Here we have all of the walks that are a part of this this map, and it has multiple areas on it. The Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty on the bottom there. A community forest, a Thames Chase, is this big area up here. I'm not too sure what that is. I've never researched that before. And you got the regional park Lee Valley, which is, you can see a tiny bit up there. The Lee River, which is a river that goes into the Thames in London. And it has quite a nice parkland area. That's pretty cool. You will definitely notice a significant change with this map compared to my other maps when I open it. So here we go. As I said, the Greenwich, Gravesend, Greater London, Kent, Essex map was going to be the last one that I was going to show off in big detail like this. And here's the main reason why. Look at how busy it is up in Greater London. How many houses? It's so all grey and crazy. How much housing and places and all that stuff. Greenwich is there. That's the Canary Wharf there. The O2 Arena. There's the London City Airport, and craziness. Absolutely craziness. And all the way over here, you can see how it becomes countryside once you get into Kent. But the border between Kent and London is here-ish. Yeah, it's here. Somewhere like that. So that side's Greater London, this side's Kent, and on the north of the Thames is Essex, up until about there-ish, where my hand is. But yeah, craziness. Crazy how busy it is once you get into that expense of Greater London. I will mention, this is the start of my walk. Right on the border in Dartford. Right here. I'll start off in the centre of Dartford, because that's the nearest place I can get to the actual, the Thames. And I'll follow the River Dart, no, not Dart, Darrant, up here. And this is the sort of official start of the walk, but I'll have to walk that distance first to get to there. And then we'll go along, all the way along to here, which is actually where I plan to finish the first day. And then I'll do that bit, which is where I plan to finish the second day. And I'll go on and on and on and on and on from there. That's Gravesend on the end there, if you're interested. But yeah, craziness. Focus camera, thank you. That is that one. Well, this is a good angle. That's pretty. That kind of shows off the massive change between countryside and city. Now onto my last 3 maps, which I will not be using at all. Well, I wasn't going to use 2 of the other ones that I've looked at so far, but these are my most recent 3, and as such are the 3 that I haven't looked at as much. So starting with Sevenoaks and Tunbridge, Royal Tunbridge Wells and Westerham, number 1 for 7. Here is a picture of probably the High Weald in that area, I think. Either that or the Kent Downs. I've got lots of foxgloves in there. It's very picturesque. There it is in comparison to our other maps so far. And I kind of unfocused this by accident. There we go, that's better. Here we are. It's got, you see, it's got a lot of areas of outstanding natural beauty. The Kent Downs all around here. You got the High Weald down here, and you got the edge of the Surrey Hills here, which connect onto the Kent Downs. They're the same range of hills, except they go into the county of Surrey instead of Kent. But this one has decided to have the Kent Downs area of outstanding natural beauty stamp. Here are all of the walks on this map. That's a crazy 12 walks that you can do on here. And you got Royal Tunbridge Wells there, you got Tunbridge, you got Sevenoaks, you got all of those places. So that is pretty cool. Next we have the High Weald map with Raw Tunbridge Wells, Cranbrook, Hawkhurst and Buell Water, number 136. And this is an image of a famous historical building in the area. I can never remember what it's called, but I know what it is. It annoys me that I can't remember what this is called. But this is in an area of Kent that I haven't explored as much, so I'm a little less knowledgeable about this area, but it still looks very nice. As you can see on the back, it's almost completely covered in the High Weald area of outstanding natural beauty. There's Buell Water, which is a gigantic reservoir. There's Raw Tunbridge Wells again, probably the main place in this area of Kent. And this has the High Weald area of outstanding natural beauty stamp. And here are all the walks that you can do in the area. And last but not least, my only map which doesn't have Kent on it at all, Hastings and Bexhill, Battle and Robertsbridge, number 127. Here we have a seaside lift, probably in Hastings, I think. I'm pretty sure this is in Hastings. Or is it? Yeah, I think it's in Hastings. But yeah, that's quite a landmark, quite nice to see. And on the back you can see it's down here, which is where East Sussex starts, and Kent is all up here. So it's a different county. It also has a lot of the High Weald area of outstanding natural beauty on it, as usual. As it would seem with these some of these maps. These are all of the walks that you can do in the area. Plus 3 of the walks in this area are part of the 1066 Country Walk, which is crazy. Then you got Hastings and Bexhill, Battle up there, Robertsbridge up there. Hastings is probably the main place on this map. People have probably heard of that. Did I say there was the High Weald stamp on here? I think I did. Okay, so that was my video about my Ordnance Survey Explorer maps that I have. That took a lot longer than I thought it would. That's why I had to kind of start cutting it down a little bit, but thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed me showing off my collection of Ordnance Survey maps. I will hopefully be doing a lot more sort of showing off stuff of like my DVDs like I did in the past and my CDs, and of course I got the plans for the walk this year, and I've got so many plans for vlogs on the Vlogs channel this year. I'm so excited. I'm excited to move out into my own place hopefully soon. I'll definitely get some images of the apartment before I move in there, so that I can show it off. 2018 is gonna be such a good year. Such a good year. But anyway, thank you very much for watching this little vlog of me showing off all of these right here. This is the thing I used to do, where I showed it all off and then I would drop them all. Oh my gosh. There. Pile. Stay in a pile, thank you. But yeah, so I'll catch you guys next time. Goodbye!